Hi geeks, hope you enjoyed my previous videos. If you didn't watch my previous videos, please do watch my previous videos. I explained about how to set up a Node.js Express project with TypeScript, okay, and I explained about MongoDB relations, okay. So what basically I'm planning is I planning to explain you a month stack course. So we will start with React with TypeScript. Okay. So before starting that course, so I'm going to explain you in brief. Okay. About the TypeScript. Okay. I feel that this courses or this video is important that explains you the TypeScript basics. Okay, that is helpful to understand more stack using TypeScript. Okay, okay, let's start with the data types that TypeScript provides. So these are the tuples. These are the data types. Okay, for example, tuples, enum, medium, any, wide, never. Okay, that TypeScript provides apart from the basic data types like string, boolean. Okay, these are the unique data types that TypeScript provides when compared to JavaScript. Okay, okay, let's see what these data types are. Okay, tuples are basically a precise arrays. So you might wonder what's the difference between array and tuples, and okay, why TypeScript has introduced. Some of the programming languages have data type called tuples. So TypeScript is an object-oriented language. We can use create tuples. Okay, let's say we have a tuple A. Okay, so basically, main advantage of the tuple is we can store multiple data types. Okay, as I said, it is a precise array. Okay, that's the main difference. So we know the data types of indexes. Okay, particular indexes. Let's say number. So we have this string A and the number, and let's say we can access it to similar like arrays. Uh, let's print the 0. Okay, as I said, just printed A, as you see, and if I print 1, it will print 2. Okay, as you can see the output at the right side of the screen. Okay, so as you see, we know precisely what data types are present at what indexes. Just use tuples. Okay, in those cases. Okay, um, let's go to next data type. Okay, so tuples, it's not that much more frequently used in projects based on my experience. Just know it. Okay, if you feel you want to use it, use it. Let's go to enums. Enums are nothing but named constants. Let's say uh, we have API state, okay, which is a named constant, which will have like values like, okay. So basically, values of this enum starts with 0 if you have not given any value. So loading will have value 0, done will have 1, and error will be 1. Okay, let's see. Yes, loading, loading. So as you see, output at the right side it's 0. If you just print then it should be 1. Okay, just print in an incremental manner. Okay, you can assign any values. It just increments that value by 1 for the next constant. As you see, it printed 6 for done. Since I'm printing done, I initialize the value to 5. So 5 plus 1, 6. Then we'll have value 6, and the error will value 7. Okay, let's see what the error will have. Okay, it will print 7. So we can assign any values. It's not like we have to initialize it and only increments by one. 12, 90. Okay. So just to print 90, as you see at the right side, just print the 90. We can assign strings. Okay. Uh, just it prints that way. Okay. It's nicer to use this type of constants in your project. You will see in upcoming videos like how these can be useful. Okay. Uh, this is about enums. Okay. uh, as I said, I'm going to explain you the things which are only required for the projects. Of course, each concept we can go in very deep, but I'm not going to explain in very deep. I feel like this much of explanation is sufficient to work in projects. Okay, real-time projects. Let's go to next data type, union. What is union? Union is basically we can use union to create or combine the data types. Let's see what it meant. Like I have a variable name. Okay, it can be string or let's take a look variable name employee code. It can be the string or number. Okay. Um, So now we can basically assign employee code a string or a number. Okay. So if you try to assign it, okay, it just says boolean is not assignable to string or number. So basically, this operator which you're saying is a union operator. Sorry, the data type. So it combines these two data types. Okay. This is one of the sometimes we use this operator more frequently. Okay. Any it's a very helpful data type. Okay, when you don't know the data type of a variable in your project. Okay, let's say you get the error. Okay, of some API, can be of any data type. If you're not sure, let's say your project is connected to multiple endpoints. Okay, there is a single place in your project where you call multiple systems, and those multiple systems can throw error. Okay, so assume like you don't know the data type of it. Let's declare that error as any. Okay, and just use it like any other variables. Okay, but it's not good to use this any when you know the data types. You have to try to put some data type into the variable. Okay, that's the whole objective of using typescript. Okay, you can just write the entire project using any, but you should not. Okay, if you write it, it's not the way how you should write the code. Okay. Let's go to next data type, void. Okay, so void is a data type which indicates nothing data has been present. Okay, like we can use it for function return types. Okay, you might be familiar with that. I'm not going to give an example for that. Okay. um, let's go to never data type. Okay, so never basically it's not widely used in projects, like based on my experience. Apologies if you have used it in your project. Okay, so for example, you have function something. Okay, keeps processing, uh, keeps loading. So while through Again, let's say just execute some block here. As you see, there are no errors, which means this function never completes. Okay, never completes. Okay, um, might be useful when there is a function. Okay, it never throws error. Okay, so you can create a function that never throws an error, something like that. But this data type is not widely used. Okay, just know the basic usage of it, so no need to go in deep. Okay, okay, guys, so these are the basic explanation for the data types. Okay, the next is the concepts are quite important. Okay, let's take first the interface. Okay, this is widely used when it comes to React, Node, or wherever we use TypeScript. Okay, what is an interface? Okay, it creates basically a contract to your application. When I say contract, you can now create a data type out of it, and we can use it as a type. Okay, so let's say we have an interface employee. Okay, mm, it has name, which is a string. Okay, constant, let's say some object of type employee. Okay, then as you see, if I try to print this, obviously it prints this name, so Giri. So this employee, which is an interface, is basically used as a type here. So we will declare many types in React, no, similar to this one, and we will declare variables of that type. Okay, and we can have multiple interfaces. Okay, uh, say address has a street, which is a string. Okay, let's say employee extends address. Okay, let's do it like this so it's more readable. So now if you see this OG, it's saying like address, sorry, street is missing. Okay, obviously employee extend address, and so now employee mm, expects street to be designed. Okay, random value here. It's nothing but here these two are equivalent to creating a single interface. Okay, like this. So it's nothing but creating an interface like this. So you can extend an interface. Okay, if you use it for classes, you can implement an interface. Okay, uh, for example, I have an employee. Let's say this. Let's take the same example. Okay, employee name, and let's say we have a function display. Okay, let's accept let's doesn't accept anything, just prints. Okay, we have a class. Okay, class A, that extends, sorry, that implements employee. Okay, now so whatever you declared in the employee interface should be here. Okay, string let's sorry, given some default value. Yeah, so still we are not complete with the implementation. Obviously it says incorrectly you're implementing it. Okay, let's declare function. Okay, uh, okay, so as you see now there are no errors. Okay, so basically Google implements employee interface. So that Google class should have these properties. Okay, name and display. This is interface geeks, like we can create an interface, we can use it as a type, you can extend in another interface, you can implement an interface in classes. Okay, uh, that's a basic usage of it. Okay, it will be widely used interfaces. Okay, interface concepts are widely used in your projects. Okay, let's go to class function overloading. Okay, let's take function overloading in TypeScript. Okay, apologies again, like our use function overloading in TypeScript. Okay, it's quite different. Okay, if you are from C++ programmed or from other programming languages, function overloading means basically you have a same set of parameters with different types. Okay, but those functions will have different implementations. Okay, but here you cannot have a different implementation with different parameters, but number of parameters keeping the same. What I meant is, let's say we have function name, let's say print name, which accepts name string. Okay, just copy paste it. Let's assume name is print. Let's change the function name so that it is more accurate. Okay, as you see, for function overloading, data types of the parameter passed to function should be different. Okay. As you can clearly see, just those a duplicate implementation or something else. Okay, so here it's different in TypeScript. Function only you have to declare it first. Okay, we have a function, let's say take this one, and let's say it returns y, and we have number, it returns y. Okay, so now you have declared the two definitions. Stored functions not immediately following the declaration. Okay, yeah. So it's how TypeScript understands. You should implement it. Okay. Now you declared a types, then you must define it. So name any. So here in both cases it is y, then we can use y. Okay, so just print that name. See, I feel personally a little bad about it. The way TypeScript understands or works when come to this function overloading. Okay, so I feel if you come with a situation where you have to use this kind of function overloading, so let's just create another version of it similar like this. Okay, print var name can be string or number. Okay, that's it. You don't need to do all the circles like define two definitions of it, then implement it. Okay, so here we have to use any because we can have multiple functions, different data types, blah blah blah. Okay, suggest you to use in this kind of scenarios just a function like this. I can just use this on union operator and just do whatever you want. Okay, guys, some cases in projects you might come up with a situation like this. Okay, and functions, when it comes to functions, uh, okay, this is about function overloading, and there is another concept called rest parameters. Okay, uh, it just spreads the argument. Say print var 1, and let's say remaining values are the names, and let's say or array of strings. Okay, console.log. If you print the names, let's see. Okay, so what this function is doing is it's taking a first parameter, okay, either string or number. Okay, uh, then it may get any other parameters like 1 2 3, and these arguments are just put into this names array. Okay, so if I print this names, so it will be 1 2 3. Okay, like this. As you see at the right side of the screen, it just contains 1 2 3 as an array. So yeah, in some situations we may end up using as parameters for functions. Okay, so if you are not sure, like if you are sure, okay, like we might get a string as well like this. You can just declare it, okay, of string or number. Okay, so basically this is another way of declaring types for array. You can also use like sorry, I think I forgot this one. Okay, so let's use this kind of syntax when we have multiple types. Okay, or I guess we can use like this. Yeah, Sorry guys, sometimes I get confused. I never came up with a situation where I have to declare an array of number or string. Okay, so it's good practice to use array which contains single data type. Okay, in the beginning I explained like basically array should have a single type. Okay, so but we can have multiple values because it JavaScript support. Okay, just try to have a single type of values. Okay, this is about rest parameters. So just a three dot and a variable name, it contains all the rest parameters, but you should not use please make a note, you should not use this rest parameter at the beginning. Okay, just those error. Okay, because the span must be the last one in function. Okay, we completed with the functions. Then let's go to classes. Okay, so similar to object oriented programming languages. Okay, you can define a class, and we have variables. Okay, you can directly assign the variable, initialize the variables here, or just declare it and initialize to the constructor. Okay, so basically this class have a parameter called name and has a function called display. Okay, this is the same example which you used earlier. Okay, let's take an example where one class extends another class. Okay, class B which extends class A. So it has address, which is a string that directly initializes it here to some value. Okay, and let's say we have a same method again. Okay, from B. But please make sure guys, whenever extending a class, you have a constructor. Okay, that has enough arguments that are required for class superclass. Basically here superclass is A. Okay, must call super in the base class B before you do any initializations. Okay, uh, so this dot, if you do something, this address in the beginning before super just throws error. Okay, super must be called first statement in the constructor. Okay, so if you want to initialize it, just initialize it after the super. Okay, so we have a display function in both the classes. So basically if you create an instance of class B here, without display, let's say this is from B, from A, just run it, see, from B. So basically this is called function overriding. So a function in B just override a function in A. Okay, so as you can also see, the name property which is present in the A getting inherited in class B as well. So this dot name, basically B doesn't have name property, A class has, so still we are printing it in display. Okay, so, but that's still printing the name. So that's how inheritance work. Okay, so we have this in extents, and I already told like class can use interface to implement it. uh, let's take an example where we can use interface, sorry, yeah, we can use an interface. uh, okay, uh, to have class. So what I meant is a class can be used as a type. For example, let's say we have this class, okay, A, class A. I'm declaring an interface B, okay, that extends A. Okay, so if you're just going to create some variable of type B, okay, it expects these parameters basically. See, let's say like B, okay, display is missing here. Okay, you should have a property display, something, the definition of it. Okay, as you can see, here is a class which has a definition function, but here used as a type here. Okay, interface is extending class A. So if we just remove these properties, so just as I said earlier, it's going to throw error. Okay, that's how classes interface work. Okay. um, Generates, guys, please listen to this portion of video. This is also one of the widely used concept. Okay, when it comes to reusability, okay, we use generics. Generic helps in creating or writing a code in a way that we can reuse in multiple places of the project. So for example, let's take a function, how we can use generic in function. Function print name. Okay, here T is a data type which we are not aware. Okay, where name we are not aware, and let's say it's returns of that not known variable type. Return where name. Okay, as you can see, this print name we can pass it here string. It should return a valid string. So basically, this T corresponds to a type that we pass here when calling the function. Okay, this 3E is getting added here. So here also that data type, and here also that data type. So basically, all these T, which is a any variable, it can be any variable, it can be G. Just make sure like whenever you are referring that data type, you should use the same variable. Okay. So for example, if I pass a number here, that's wrong. Okay, because your string here where name will be the string, because string is substituted to G, and you're using expecting a var name of type string. Okay, but you're passing a number, so argument of number is not assignable to string, as you can see. Okay, it should be string. We can just put number here. Okay, so it works fine. This is how we can use generic. So use this G in wherever within this function. Let's say how we can use generics in interfaces. Okay, we have an employee interface. Okay, let's take that same variable name, and name should be G. Okay, so if I create a variable of employee type, so let's close that up because it is expecting that value G. Okay, so string error gone away. Okay, so similar to functions, we can pass generics here. So if I give a number here, it won't, because number is substituted to G, which I explained in previous example. So G will have number, so name will be number, but here we're passing it as a string, so just throws error. To make it work, we should give number. Okay, as you see. So interfaces can also get generic data types like this. We can have many variables like this. Okay, just you can with one here. Similarly, we can have generic data types in classes. Okay, if we can use it there anywhere we want to. Okay, data type. Just initialize it in the constructor because we were not aware of the type. Okay, that goes away. So here you can see the string data type can be used anywhere within the class. Okay, so that's how we use generics. Okay, if you are writing a very a reusable code, basically we were actually using interfaces and functions. Okay, it's very helpful, guys. So this is about generics. Okay, so that's it. So I am explained as quicker as possible, as good as possible. Okay, um, these concepts are pretty much we need for upcoming videos. Thought you should know these things. Okay, please watch the video. Yeah, if you're not understood. Okay, thank you.